Does your brain feel like an endless parked car windshield wiper swishing back and forth with the same distracting thoughts? Non-stop overanalyzing to the point of driving yourself dizzy? Overthinking every little detail like it's humanity's biggest mystery? If so, welcome to the anxiety-inducing Overthinkers Club. You're sadly not alone. These 10 relatable signs confirm your fate as an OT warrior. You're always asking, what if, about everything. Everyday tasks make you worry because your mind keeps asking, what if? What if I said something silly at work? What if my presentation isn't perfect? What if I burn dinner? What if someone dislikes my haircut? Even tiny things become big problems in your mind. These what-ifs quickly turn little issues into worst-case scenarios. No matter how small, they trigger anxious thoughts of everything spiraling out of control. You stress yourself out by overthinking every possible outcome. It's fascinating how our thoughts can amplify small worries into major anxieties. Recognizing this pattern is a step toward finding peace amidst the constant what-ifs. Conversations feel like minefields. Talking should be easy, but for you it's tough. You overthink everything. You read into expressions and body language. You analyze every tone, pause, and word for hidden meanings. Even simple questions like, how was work, make you anxious. You wonder if they're judging you. Is it a trick question? Your mind spins, over-processing everything. Small talk brings big anxiety because you can't stop overthinking. You agonize over even the smallest decisions. Even tiny choices stress you out. Picking an outfit, ordering food, or choosing a movie becomes a huge task. Your mind won't settle as you consider every possible option. You list endless pros and cons, trying hard to avoid any mistakes. By the time you decide, it's often too late. The moment has passed. Yet you still worry if you made the right choice. Simple decisions turn into big problems because you overthink every detail. Just walking into a restaurant can be tough. You might spend an hour deciding what to order, stuck in analysis paralysis. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward making choices with more ease. Your sleep is non-existent from mind. Marathoning, most people look forward to a peaceful night's sleep. But for you, bedtime starts a marathon of racing thoughts. The moment your head hits the pillow, your mind goes into overdrive. You replay and analyze everything from the day, stuck in an endless loop. While others drift off, you're rehashing that awkward chat at work, second-guessing your haircut again, and imagining all the ways tomorrow could go wrong. You picture the worst-case scenarios in vivid detail. No wonder you wake up feeling even more exhausted than before. You have full-blown fictional storylines. Playing non-stop, your active mind doesn't settle for just reality. You constantly imagine detailed stories about people you meet. Every person becomes a character with a backstory and ongoing plot, like a movie in your head. A simple trip to the store leads you to create a story for the clerk you saw. The driver ahead might have a tragic past you've imagined to explain their driving. You're always adding layers to these stories, turning simple encounters into elaborate tales. Your mind gets stuck in endless thought loops. Your brain gets trapped in repeating the same anxious thoughts over and over, like a GIF that won't stop loading. It's like being stuck in a mental loop. No matter how much you try to ignore it, the spiral of thoughts keeps coming back. You overthink your insecurities and what-ifs. Time seems to stop as you get lost in these endless cycles, and you might feel disconnected from reality. It's an exhausting cycle. You work yourself into fictional confrontations. It's interesting how overthinking can lead us to stage elaborate fictional confrontations in our minds. We prepare for conflicts that may never happen, exhausting ourselves with endless counter-arguments and scenarios. This mental theater of war can keep us stuck in a cycle of anxiety and indecision, making it hard to face reality. Recognizing this pattern is a crucial step toward breaking free from it. Have you ever tried techniques like mindfulness or journaling to help ground yourself in the present moment? Sometimes, focusing on what's real and immediate can reduce the urge to overthink hypothetical situations. 8. You can't leave events in the past and will relive them indefinitely. It's remarkable how our minds can cling to old memories, replaying them on an endless loop like a film we can't pause. We become our critics, dissecting past events and cringing over moments that others have long forgotten. This relentless overthinking can feel like being stuck in a maze with no exit. Have you ever tried ways to break free from these thought spirals? Techniques like mindfulness or focusing on the present moment can help ease the grip of those lingering thoughts. Sometimes, letting go of the past is the first step toward finding peace in the present. The phrase, "I shouldn't have said, done," that defines your life. Every moment feels full of potential regret when you overthink everything. Even tiny decisions seem huge as you analyze and criticize yourself long after they're over. The thought, "I shouldn't have said or done that," takes over your mind. A small mistake, like an awkward laugh during a serious talk, can make you overthink for hours about how you might have seemed offensive or insensitive. Little slip-ups turn into major crises when your brain is running at 1000%. These embarrassments feel impossible to forget, making you revisit them endlessly. Meditation is your new worst nightmare. It's intriguing how overthinking can even make practices like mindfulness meditation challenging. When attempting to clear the mind, it's common for intrusive thoughts to surge, making it feel like a mental battleground. Instead of finding calm, the mind bombards you with anxieties, what-if scenarios, and distractions, resisting the stillness you seek. Recognizing this struggle is a significant step toward easing the overactive mind. Have you ever tried guided meditations or focusing on a specific mantra? Sometimes, different approaches can help in gently quieting those persistent thoughts.